Ah, really beautiful music there. Hello, everybody. It's Sunday, and I'm here for not for you. Who am I here for? And now we have to find out who we are there for. So today is a great day. It's blue sky, just a little bit cold. It is 7 degrees when I was Celsius when I was waking up here today, and it's that is cold. That is a little bit too cold for me in my taste. I'd rather be to Africa now, having a coffee and enjoying life there. But what can we do? What's the topic today? In fact, what can we say? We take a chocolate on that. Maybe we put on the radio too, just to listen a little bit more. Okay. Time. I have always had a problem with time. It's kind of this notion that time is moving. But I think the space is moving, not the time. Time is standing still. So if we go back half a second, we will not be here at all. We are in the beginning. In the beginning. The space, since it's moving, it's also reducing everything. So I felt that yesterday very strongly, that in fact, instead of moving forward, we are going backward. I felt it like I was doing it myself. I was moving kind of from the point I'm seeing, I'm moving backward. Backward in space, not in time. But the time have this quality to it that you think you are advancing in time. But at the same time, I'm going back. I'm seeing myself, but I'm going back. So that was mind-boggling, and I thought that could be somewhat new realization that the time gives us a gap where we move back. We always see in retrospect, we always look back on what we have done. So what we have done is in the future that we are looking back on. So we are always looking back on something that we have endured, have experienced. So that is that was kind of funny to experience, this opposite time moving. So we are. My new idea is that we are moving backward and reduced until it all collapses. We will not go into our future. It's known. The future is. We think that the future is unknown, but For me, the future is what we are looking back on. We are looking always back on the future that was happening some times ago. So that is, I turned around. I'm walking in a different direction altogether. So I hope that you are with me now and you didn't left me completely by myself. This coffee. Now I need to fill it up. It's going back to the future. Back to the future. It was a movie called Back to the Future. So I think it's just a way of... I was not remembering that movie. It was just how my brain works. That I'm going back. But I didn't want to talk about that. I wanted to talk about feeling that you are wasting time. Are we wasting time? Wasting space, wasting time, yet the time is evolving. I think we can't do more. It's hard to explain something like that, because when you feel that something is wrong, entirely, it may concern the time that this shouldn't be happening. When something feels wrong, you have to take into consideration the time, element of time, and the element of space. Where the time is in that space. So when things is not feeling right, something is feeling wrong. Maybe the space is telling you. The time now is telling you too that something is wrong. Something is not right. The coffee is empty. So when you are healthy, if you are sober-minded, at least to some degree, I would say I'm not that sober-minded. You see, what makes me think is that when you are confused the way I am confused, it's like you try to figure out what to do. What should I do now? And when you don't figure it out, for me to do a video like this is meaningful. It makes sense. It may contain a lot of bullshit and so on, and I'm sorry for the language which you are so sensitive to hear. But in the end, it's what I say. It's what I do. I use words. I use language. I use how I explain. And I think people should do more videos like that, just in order for the exploration of yourself, and to find out that something is not right in that time space. You will do obviously more actively to right that kind of wrong that is in your sight. It's all here. It's this Lee. Lee. He is a scientist, and he was asked that is everything you see is only in your mind. And you can enlarge that question. What is our mind? And someone else was also asked, Sam Harris, was asked, what do you think of time? No, what do you think of, time, but also where the thoughts are coming from. And he was more or less quoting me on that. Yet I don't know if he quoted. It's kind of obvious. But this Lee, he said something that everything is somehow, but he doesn't really believe it, only in our mind. Because, he said, from a non-observant perspective, it's slightly different than observed. So that is too big. I'm dropping out of my issue, but you see, you see only your own reality. That is my point. This leads to my point of we have to realize that we are seeing only from our point of view. If I saw my life from a different perspective, from some other person's perspective, that would be a different story altogether. It have to be. It's slightly different. It can be a big difference. Because maybe you that is watching this video think that, oh, this guy is great. He is saying so much and this and that, and look, he is in a very nice environment. He must have made it real good in his life. Or another PhD will say, what a loser this is. He have all these writings on this wall. What a pity state of mind this humankind. Is he a human? Does he have to write those things and put it on the wall? Can't he use small letters and all this kind of stuff people are thinking within their own box? And we are very, very, very aware of others that either we compare ourselves to or we just can't understand, figure out what it is. So you see, it's not only bad, but not only good to see it from your own perspective. Sometimes we can be depressed, like me. I easily get depressed over my own pity state, but from a different viewpoint. And that's some of the reasons I go out speaking with people or interact or just be there together with other people to see some differences from my perspective than theirs on me. So I visited a friend the other day, and I got a feedback from him that it was really nice that I visited him. And it encouraged me not to be so depressed over my own pity state. I may feel myself in a pity state. I regard it as good quality. If you think that I diminish myself, I look down on myself, that is polar opposite. I admire. I don't know what to say, but people that think that bad words about when I use kind of a negative terminology on my own self. I have this depression and I am so bad. I feel like a loser. And no, it's for me. It's kind of an experience of itself that everything can be viewed both positively and negatively and objectively. So I try to just, with words, more than maybe I'm aware of, that I distance I kind of send out this echo or receive the echo from my voice, from my words. I use words in order to localize myself. It's a kind of good ability to experience yourself by the feedback you get. That is looking back on time. That is having the space and the possibility. Space is the possibility. The time is just there. We are existing in time, space. The space we are now is not the same space we had before. It's entirely different. And it is changing all the time. All the time. So we use the terminology time in a so weird way that we can't even fathom how weird it is, because we think by nature, by the way things are, that the time is moving. I rather think the polar opposite. The space is moving, the time is standing still. We are in the beginning. And this is the beginning. So, what's left? When you are going out, I think the cure for depression is going out. For me, it's going out. Maybe for someone that is so overactive that they get lost of themselves. They forget themselves to the degree that they can't really resonate. They become invincible even for themselves. It's not all that good to be together with people all the time. It's good when you can sit in a room all by yourself, not minding people that, what? Are you all alone? You shouldn't be all alone. You should be together with people. No, I don't do that. I think that people that seek to be alone, they have very good reasons for that. I think if you are sick, mentally unstable, and whatever you seek in that state, you have to be very considerate and critical, because it's sometime you would rather do something that harm yourself than do you good. We tend to close down. When people are depressed, they either go out and be like everybody else. Someone else is going back into their own self, their chamber. They feel protected in a way, but it's only about them. So when I'm too much at home, I'm that kind of man that goes out and in. I'm going out and in. I can't be at one place all time. I will get sick. So when I go out, I do it for different purposes, but when I have this experience, when I come home, I get the feeling that I have been together with people that I get some resonance from, some echo that I receive. And it's good when you can have this sensitivity that you are alive, that you're wanted. There is a rabbi that asked this. He have these answers to fundamentally questions. People that may feel that their life is nothing worth to it. And I think it's very relevant today because there are so many people that doesn't feel useful. But my friend, he says, all this religious stuff, we think we do it to get more spiritual. I don't mind the atheists today. They are in for it, and they are good. The atheists are good in this regard because they are confirming themselves. But in regard to depression, I think the atheists lack the notion of someone needed them. That's why they exist. We have no answer for. I have no answer for the deeper level, but the pure fact that I exist in time is because I'm wanted. In some regard, in some way, I'm wanted by a higher entity. And to know that I'm wanted in that sense make me more fulfilled. If I knew my parents wanted me, for some time back, I got to realize that my father didn't really wanted me. It was kind of not that all that good. I don't know. It was just a very worrisome thought, but about me that I wasn't that all that wanted. I have some experience about confirming that, but it can be like that for each and every one. That we, for our parents, don't feel wanted. And I hope that none of my kids is feeling that. Really. Because that is a devastating feeling. It's about the time, I think, if you like to spend time with your kids. That is the proof the kids are asking for. How do I know you wanted me? Spend time with your kids. That's all it takes. Don't be there only with this never satisfied dad, never satisfied mom. Be there. Enjoy your time with the kids. Even if they are grown-ups, be there together with them. Because back in everybody's mind, it's a question. Was I really wanted? It's a fundamental question. And I know that God, talking about God, we don't talk about God so much, but in this question we would love to talk about God. Because the pure fact that I, as an individual, with my personality, my mother and father couldn't help. It's only the Hashem, the great, the Manitou, as the Indian is saying, the great Manitou, is there because he wanted you. He made you. How could life enter into this body without his contribution? So God wanted you. And the pure fact, I see many people that are handicapped, and I say to them, and I say to everyone, but people that are rushing here and there and so busy doing important stuff, I don't think much of that. But the most beautiful, the most important thing about you is that you are you. It goes to the core of being wanted. That's the reason for my life. I'm wanted. And I hope you know the same, that you are wanted. That's why you are alive. You keep alive the will to live. For every human being is a confirmation that you are wanted. So, what do we need to do? No, all we need to do is because there is life, we have to do something, and do something out of the spirit of being you. That is my answer to that. Do according to your own spirit. And if that is doing bad, don't do it. Take a change of heart. Be good, do good. So, my friends, we are more or less moving back in space, back in time, to the beginning. Always to an uncertain beginning. The time that I started this video have gone, because the space is going around. and it's hard to explain, it's hard to grasp your mind around, but we try every day to find out how to deal with time. It's much important today that we feel the peace and tranquility in that space-time. Many people have tried to find out what is for them to do. They are waiting for the calling of God. What? Calling of God? What a waste of time. God said, be you. I say be you. And be happy about you. It's all what it takes. To be you is the most important thing in your life. And do according to your spirit. Do good. It's the best you can do. I do the video and I try to do the best. I try to encourage you and give you a spirit that believes in time. That time will change everything. Thank you, my friends. Bye.